From misleading editing to encouraging their contestants to drink, Bachelor in Paradise producers will stop at nothing to capture the explosive drama they want.
What are you gonna do? You got nothing to say. You got nothing to say either.
With multiple marriages, engagements, and babies under their belt, it seems like Bachelor in Paradise producers have cracked the code when it comes to finding true love on TV. However, many contestants have since come forward to say things shown on screen may not always be how they seem. Producers on Bachelor in Paradise are notorious for creating controversial moments and manipulating their contestants in order to create the juiciest television possible. Want proof? Here are some examples of past contestants exposing their shady ways.
Let's do this.
Now, none of this has been confirmed, but there has been a lot of speculation that Natasha's date with Dr. Joe on Season 7 was set up by producers. Dr. Joe arrives after Brendan has just left the season, and Joe has his eyes on Natasha. The two go out for dinner and giant margaritas, which are all fine and dandy until Dr. Joe finds out that Brendan is gone. Why does he care? Well, they're besties, and Dr. Joe was most looking forward to hanging out with him. After Natasha explains what happened, Dr. Joe asks her,
Brendan? My Brendan?
You're Brendan.
Which we gotta say is a little weird, and basically from then on the date is ruined. Fans are thinking that the producers set this up, because of course they have had to already known about Brendan and Dr. Joe's bromance. One comment from a fan says, producers definitely knew about the bromance of Brendan and Dr. Joe. Whether they suggested he ask out Natasha, or did Dr. Joe have genuine interest in Natasha is the question. We feel bad for Natasha if this is true. She doesn't deserve to have been set up like this. Dylan Barbour had a lot of qualms against the producers. Even though he had success on the franchise, considering he met his fiancée Hannah on Season 6, he still had some major complaints against how the show was run. He tweeted that he wanted to air out all of ABC's dirty laundry and expose the producers for being manipulative. According to him, it's a game where the producers make money based on whether or not the contestants are acting in an entertaining or dramatic way. So that's all they care about. He alleged that the producers have nearly all control over which contestants receive roses, don't let cast members sleep normal hours, and purposely edit things to warrant bullying. He really makes the producers sound awful. Blake, who was a contestant on Season 6, accused the producers of actually bullying contestants themselves. He took to Twitter to support Rachel Lindsay's statement that told Bachelor Nation to stop bullying the contestants. The now-deleted tweet said, "Loved the message from Rachel last night. Unfortunately, messages like that are too common. Frustrating to see people from BIP and producers act like they didn't bully me for an entire season." Apparently, they called him insulting names and told him that he was ugly. Are they filming a TV show or going to middle school? It's hard to tell. Victoria from Peter's season threw some snarky shade at Bachelor in Paradise producers on an Instagram Live. Why, you might ask? Well, she was reacting to contestant Chase and Nick's claim that it doesn't get that much better than being on the Bachelor in Paradise beach. She teased in an Instagram story video, "Have you ever heard of paying for your own trip to Mexico and not getting harassed by producers?" It's a small moment, but it sounds like she has also had a weird relationship with the producers during her time on the show. We all remember that episode from Peter's season.
Chase Race is my ex-boyfriend.
When one of her dates consisted of her ex serenading her and Peter. There's no way a moment that awkward could have been a coincidence, and not something set up by producers. We wonder how else producers have harassed Victoria during her time in Bachelor Nation. It's safe to say that Clare Crawley has had a rocky time with the franchise, from her time as a contestant on The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise to her brief stint as a bachelorette in 2020. To start, she denied ever having any hanky-panky with Juan Pablo in the ocean that one time. She has also called out production for editing it to look like she was speaking to a raccoon during Season 1 of Bachelor in Paradise. She also blamed producers for making it seem like she was obsessed with Dale on her season of The Bachelorette. She liked a series of tweets that defended her against the producers, whose actions led to a lot of online backlash on her end. One tweet that Clare liked said, "People saying that Clare Crawley is wasting everyone's time without realizing she's contractually obligated to do so. I would also wager that there are many seasons where the lead talks about their frontrunner just as much. We just don't see it." Katie Morton is yet another contestant who had issues with the way certain moments of the show were handled. She claimed that producers wouldn't let her wear her ring during the reunion episode in order to start more drama. The producers kept me in a trailer for 6 hours. Their plans were to bring me on stage alone, she said on the Mouthing Off with Olivia Caridi podcast in September 2020. Producers would actually say no whenever she asked for her ring, which we have to say is pretty ridiculous. She would also cry when she was stressed, which would then prompt Chris Harrison to say, "I see that you're not wearing your ring."
And struggling so much that she doesn't have a ring on. I don't know.
This understandably caused her to be very frustrated with the producers. She seems to have been totally manipulated. Can you believe that producers would go to the lengths of encouraging contestants to get engaged, even when they don't really like each other that much? There really seems to be no limits to what producers will do to get the footage they want. Let's look at Chris and Elise, who met on season 1, and actually left the season early because Chris got a knee injury and didn't want to stay on the show. Chris said that even though he couldn't stand Elise, a producer attempted to convince him that a proposal was the only chance Bukowski had at being well-liked by fans. Allegedly texting him, "You've got to do it. This is going to fix your image so much. America's going to fall in love with you guys." Ultimately, they left Paradise without any engagement, which did not make producers very happy. The couple called it quits shortly after leaving the show, which, makes sense. According to past contestants, Paradise producers definitely encouraged everyone to let loose by being pretty generous when it comes to alcohol. Past contestant Lauren Himmel told Inside Edition, "They're like, okay, tequila shots for everyone. And of course you're gonna take a shot. You're not gonna be the only person that's not. It's believed that the more alcohol you drink, the less of a filter you have on what you say. And it's pretty clear that the producers would definitely be into that." However, after an incident on one of the seasons, the show has since announced that there will be a strict 2-drink maximum per hour to enhance and further ensure the safety and security of its participants. Contestants have found a way to break this rule, though, and drink a lot while flying under the radar. Even after hearing about all the complaining from past contestants, you have to still remember they all did sign a contract before appearing on the show that stated producers have total control over their on-air image.
Then I don't want to do this.
So, in a way, they did all know what they were signing up for. New York-based attorney Nicole Page looked over the contract and told CNN that producers can basically take your image and do whatever they want with it. And they own it, and you have no recourse. During the 3rd season of Bachelor in Paradise, Ashley was portrayed as lovesick, obsessive over her longtime crush and now fiancé Jared, sobbing to friends, the camera, and even the spirit of her recently deceased dog.
My dog died and she's like my best friend.
Surely she didn't like being portrayed as a crazy person. But the contract clearly states, actions and the actions of others displayed in the series may be disparaging, defamatory, embarrassing, or of an otherwise unfavorable nature, and may expose me to public ridicule, humiliation, or condemnation. Sheesh! What do you think of the Bachelor in Paradise producers? And let's be real, do you think any of them went too far? Let us know in the comments below. And make sure to like and subscribe to The Things Reality to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest in reality TV news.